The Phoenix Suns were able to take Game 1 against the Denver Nuggets, and the Suns got hot in the third quarter and took off with this win. The Suns won this game 122-105, and they got 20-point productions from Booker, Paul, Aiden, and Bridges. In this video, we are going to look at how the Phoenix Suns generated their offense and created open looks. And one thing that the Nuggets are going to have to face in this series is the constant ball movement from the Suns, also having to figure out how to contain Chris Paul and Devin Booker. The Suns start off the game running Devin Booker off a floppy set. Notice the attention Booker draws on this play as he gets the ball and drives inside. Jokic helps, Rivers tries to stay attached, and Campazzo stunts. This opens up DeAndre Ayton near the rim. This is good defense by Aaron Gordon, rotating here off of Jay Crowder to cover Ayton. Campazzo will rotate over to cover Crowder, so Ayton takes it in for himself with this hook shot. The Chris Paul DeAndre Ayton high screen and roll, the Nuggets trap this, so Paul slips the pass to Ayton and he rolls inside for this dunk. The Phoenix Suns run the Paul Ayton high screen and roll once again, but this time Jokic drops on the screen. Paul is contained, but this opens up DeAndre Ayton, who hops into this mid-range shot. The Suns here went to an action out of delay where Paul will pass to Ayton at the top of the key, then set a pin down screen for Devin Booker, who comes up and receives a handoff from Ayton. The Nuggets immediately trap this and it forces Booker to pass it to Crowder. The Suns reset and get to Chris Paul DeAndre Ayton pick and roll. Jokic plays high on the screen. Gordon has to come near the paint to prepare for the roll. Good recognition by Paul, and he gets it to Crowder in the corner. The Suns went to the same delay action and gets Booker coming up for a handoff off of a pin down screen. The Nuggets look to trap, but Booker does a good job navigating away from the trap and is even able to get between Jokic and Rivers. With Jokic helping as a trap defender, Michael Porter Jr. has to cover Ayton. This opens up Mikal Bridges in the corner for three. The impact of Devin Booker is so crucial to the Suns' offense. His scoring draws in help defense, and he has gotten better over the years as a passer. The Suns get Booker coming off a pin down, draws in middle help defenders, and immediately spots Cameron Payne in the corner for three. The Suns here work out of horns. Rejecting the ball screen of Torrey Craig, Craig pops up to the three and Ayton rolls inside. The Nuggets hedge this action with Jokic, and Monte Morris has to tag the roll in Ayton. Paul is a master at this and dishes this pass to the corner, Bridges for three. The Suns' movement on the court opens up so many options. Here Jay Crowder goes out to the top of the key. This opens up empty space here on the court as Chris Paul goes into a pick and roll with Ayton. Jokic shows himself high. The Nuggets worry about the roll, so they bring over Gordon to tag Ayton if he rolls inside. This action now flows into a pass to Crowder, and now Booker receiving a pin down screen on the weak side corner, and since Gordon is worrying about the paint, he can't provide additional defense on Booker. Bridges sets the screen on his man, which opens up Booker, and even though this three doesn't fall, this is good offense by the Suns. The Suns go to a Booker Ayton pick and roll. This draws Jokic away from the paint because the Nuggets want Jokic to play high on the screen. A screen is never really set, but Jokic is anticipating Ayton to screen on the right side, hence his movement covering Ayton on the right. But Devin Booker is already moving away from all of this as he drives in the lane, draws the help of Porter Jr. from the corner, and Campazzo off of CP3. Good pass to the corner by Booker. Campazzo rotates to cover Jay. Extra pass by Jay to CP3. Paul misses, but this is good offense and ball movement. With Jokic playing high on the screen, this forces Porter Jr. to cover the roll. Booker and CP3 have done a good job this game passing to that corner for threes. The Suns got some really good stops in the third quarter, which led to their run and basically sealing this game. Off the Jokic miss, the Suns push the ball in transition with not much coverage to contain the ball. Booker feels comfortable letting this three-ball fly over Porter Jr., and we get to see the Booker pose that he did in the bubble. The Nuggets come back down and look to work out of horns. Campazzo is able to get downhill, good help defense by Crowder, and Campazzo throws a bad pass. Cam Payne now pushes the ball up and swings this pass to Bridges for the layup. So much moving parts here for the Suns. Here they go to a staple in their playbook, placing Devin Booker near the dunker spot and having him receive a pin down screen to pop up to the elbow. Jokic and Gordon are focused on this action, but Cameron Payne is a speedy, quick guard, and he gets by his defender, taking him to the rim, no help defense, and Payne finishes with the left hand. The Suns get Booker coming off a pin down into a handoff from Aiden. The Nuggets immediately trap this. Porter Jr. tags Aiden but immediately goes to cover Bridges on the wing. This opens up Aiden for the lob. And the offense gets easier when Chris Paul can just receive a screen, get a switch, dance on his defender, and hit a mid-range shot. And the Suns go to it again. This time Paul gets a switch on Porter Jr. and Paul attacks him with the mid-range. And when Paul can make a sidestep 3 over good defense by Paul Millsap, the offense gets harder to contain. The Nuggets on the other end immediately go to Millsap in the post to get stripped by Dario Saric, and now the Suns are out in transition and Cam Payne throws this beautiful lob to Torrey Craig. On this play here, Chris Paul resets the offense, calls for Aiden to set a ball screen for Paul to go right, and as mentioned before, Paul and Booker are good at hitting those corner shooters. Jokic plays high on the screen, Campazzo helps to tag Aiden on the roll, opens up Crowder for the 3, misses, but a good look. And here, this time, Booker does a good job navigating the trap and finds the corner shooter in Crowder, and this time he makes the 3. Staple Devin Booker play, receiving a pin down screen from Aiden, pops to the elbow, and one dribble pull up is money. The Suns have been able to put together a dynamic offense this entire season. For the Nuggets, the production of the role players determines this series. They did a good job keeping a lead until it got out of hand in the third quarter.